What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and it's been a while since I actually talked to you. I mean, not really a while. I've actually talked to you guys a couple days ago, but I kind of missed a day, and somewhere in that mind that actually means a while to me. So let's go ahead and discuss this. I'm gonna go ahead and let you know the gameplay is rather old. This is just a gameplay I've had saved. I have a folder where I have like 40 or 50 gameplays I've saved. But most of them were gameplays I gotten toward the beginning of the game. This is well before the Christmas news. I'm actually using overkill in this, and that kind of shows you how old this gameplay actually is. I just want to go ahead and talk about a couple things and how things have been going and trying to get everything out there. Obviously, Shalene collapsed the other night, and we had to take her to the hospital. And I put a video up, which was a very crude video. It was just a little fun video I put up because she was having reactions to the pain medicine, and no, that was legitimate. That was not acting whatsoever. And I apologize for the video. I'm not very good with the iPhone to begin with, and but I'm gonna talk about a little something that's been bothering me lately. And what's bothering me is it's kind of a harsh subject, and let me just go ahead and say it. I feel that YouTube may be getting to the point where it hits its peak oil. The term peak oil means where it's at its highest production value it possibly can get, and from now on, they call it, at least the gaming community is probably going to go down. The reason for this is it just feels like I'm going into my 4th year doing this, and even it feels stale, and it's like I find myself wondering what kind of videos to make, what to make. I'm like, and I even come to myself to do I really need the gameplay over the videos anymore? I know some people come to watch just that, and I know, well, a lot of people come, but how many people come here to watch gameplay? I mean, my gameplay is never anything, seriously standing out. And I mean, and how many times can you watch somebody Moab? It's like, okay, you Moabbed. I mean, Moabs are cool. There's different ways to get Moabs, but how often, how cool or important is it actually for the gameplay? And maybe it's just this at a turn, because I see channels like Seamus and Uber Haxer Nova. I don't see them getting stale. Those are channels that are pretty much solidified and just have a community behind them. I think Call of Duty is getting stale as a whole, and I've been trying to make an effort on War God YouTube to kind of establish myself in the Let's Play community, because I feel this is a stronger community. But as it being a stronger community, there's only so many games out there, and then everybody's already kind of picked lines and have their favorites. One of the things I've always wanted to do where I live at is start a tow business, and I've been wanting to do this for years. The people around here, we have Twilight Towing, and they pretty much have it on lockdown. So anybody who starts a tow company has to pretty much be willing to put in 20 or 30 hours and outwork them. And sometimes you just can't outwork them. You can't outbid them. You can't underbid them. They can lose money on bids where you can't lose money on bids. So you're working for bottom dollar, and they'll just wear you out to the point where you're ready to quit. That's how capitalism works. First of all, the more money usually wins, and that's pretty much how everything works in a certain way. I even feel it. Like, I put out subpar videos that get more views than they should, strictly because I've built a fan base up. And a lot of people look at that and they try to look at the credibility of someone's videos. Well, you gotta understand, they built the fan base up. They've made videos that attract the people, and thus the people are wanting to see their content as they revive. It's a good, strong theory and whole, but it's flawed just like everything else. I mean, like, the capitalist system is flawed because who in the world can compete with Walmart in the United States? Do you ever see Walmart get knocked out? No, I don't. The only thing that can stop Walmart is Walmart, or like the government issuing a law or something like that. And I feel that's the same respect. And like even like that now, something that depresses me when I'm sitting doing my videos or basically trying to do comments on my videos is watching how many people want to promote themselves. And I understand why they want to promote themselves. They look at this as like a form of easy money, which, believe me, this is not. I mean, Woody recently got into this game, and by getting into this game, I mean going into it full time. Doing this and having a full-time job and doing this as to pay the bills is two different monsters altogether. And even Woody agreed with me on this. It's stressful. This is one of the most stressful jobs you can have. I used to melt steel And melting steel is a very high responsibility job, because if you let it get too hot, it blows the melter up. It kind of eats away at the melter core, and it gets to water. And water getting into molten metal creates steam. Steam creates compression. Compression creates a fucking fireball that could destroy pretty much anything. Safe vault, whatever. And that job was less stressful than this one, mainly because when I wake up, I have to do all my regular things, and then I have to do my YouTube job. And let me go ahead and kind of explain that to myself and try to make it sound like I'm not this, for say it prick. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and throw another gameplay up for you, because I feel like I got some talking to do here. I understand that what I do for a living is playing video games, and I understand, and I want you to understand this. I do enjoy my job very much. This is the most rewarding job you could probably ever have. And, well, let me go ahead and reiterate. It's not the most rewarding job you can ever have, but it's close to it. There's more rewarding jobs out there, like, saving people's lives, firefighters and stuff. But you get, this job right here gives you a premise and gives you a level of composure and accessity, I guess the word I'm looking for. I know I'm using it wrong. Where basically have access to people that you normally wouldn't meet. And the internet just kind of opened up this whole, horizon of people that that pretty much you have at your fingertips. At any one point, you can go to a forum and ask a lawyer's opinion, or you can go to WebMD and get a doctor's information, or you can search anything you want. Like if you want to know how to change the strut of a car, yeah, guess what? You can go figure out how to change the strut of a car within seconds. But at the end of the day, let's put it this way: you kind of feel obligated to keep working. Like the inhibition, there's two types of YouTubers that come out nowadays. I'm not going to put any names to these. There's the YouTubers that are constantly putting out content because they feel like they never can do enough, and they feel like they always should be working. And then there's YouTubers that just get lazy and hardly put up any content and rely on, the video to be extra good. Or well, not even the video being extra good. It just has a lot of time in between videos, so the videos themselves get extra exposure because a video from them is so rare. And those are the two kind of YouTubers you have. And then, well, there's actually three kinds. I'm sorry. And then there's the entrepreneurial YouTuber. You see these all the time. You'll probably see these in the comment section of this video, because the video is pushing 8 minutes right now where I'm talking at. And they probably haven't made it this far in, and they're probably already advertising their channel in the channel box. I used to block these people, then I just gave up on it. The main reason I gave up on it was because they're really not doing anything wrong. The only reason I was blocking them because it was bothering me, because I wanted to read comments about my video. I didn't want to read about somebody's quickscope montage or whatever. And then these guys go out, they try to market themselves pretty well. Like I used to get anywhere from 200 to 400 comments a day. This is back when I was in my full swing of Modern Warfare 2, and I was one of the only shows in town. But recently I've been getting overnight. I probably get anywhere from 10 to 15, and that comes from years of just not responding to comments. People eventually gave up sending them, and usually out the 10 to 15 comments that I get, probably 12 of those are people saying, "Hey man, love your stuff, check out my channel, here's what you can do for me." And this is the kind of stuff most people don't really talk about, and I don't even know why I'm talking about it now, because it's kind of irrelevant, but it kind of makes the feel like YouTube has jumped the shark at this point. I think that's what I'm trying to say. And by jumping the shark, I mean, on Happy Days, I don't know how many people actually remember the show Happy Days. There was the show ran on forever. It had Ron Paul, the Fonz, Paul Wood, and he basically toward the end of it, they had the Fonz jump a shark on some jet skis, and that's why I talk about jump the shark. It just is the game's so oversaturated. Everybody wants a piece of it. Everybody wants that quick YouTube money. And then people get into the game and they realize the YouTube money's not there. Hell, once you take taxes off out of it, I don't make much more than a standard middle class family. And the reason I mainly do this, or been doing this for so long, is because I love doing this. And I'm like, I can do this, or I can go and, you know, do something that's soul draining. I mean, I'm not going to put occupation to soul draining, but just one of those jobs that where you work for somebody else and you're sitting there and you can't stand it, and it just drives you up the walls. I'm pretty sure everybody out there that works, that's watching this video, probably has or is currently in some kind of soul draining job that they're looking at me and wishing like, man, I want to be him. And you know, being me is a lot better than being in that soul draining position. I guarantee you this, because I came from a soul draining job. I came from a job that had no idea of quality of life is. They could care less about quality of life as long as they moved a certain amount of, you know, product every month. And that's the way, that's capitalism for you in this, and the whole thing. And then I'm sitting here talking down in capitalism all the time through this, down in capitalism all the time in this video, making me sound like a communist, which I'm not. I love the way the American system's set up. I just wish there were more guidelines in it. So without further ado, I'm just going to try to help out all those people that want to be an entrepreneur and actually want to get their foot in the door. And the way I'm going to help you out is I'm going to tell you what you're doing wrong. I never advertise my channel at all on somebody else's channel thing. I mean, other than like Woody uploading a couple videos to try to get people to back on my side or rally me, which, you know, works for a little while, but nobody ever. I mean, people love to hate me. That's what they do, and I've come to accept that. I've never had like pretty much outside medium, you know, trafficking other than like forums and things like that. I never once went to somebody's channel like, hey guys, come check my stuff out. You know why? Because it creates resentment. And it does. I understand what you're seeing right now is the backlash you're seeing. You're like, well, my video gets 1 view, but if I come over here on Wings channel, XJaws, Woody's, and you know, so on and so forth, and spam my preordained, you know, pre-rendered message over and over again every time they post a video up, my videos all of a sudden get 24 views a video, and that's growth. That's a 2,400% growth. I see where you're coming from there, but what you're also doing is every view that you gain that way, you're probably losing 300 or so. I mean, how many people are going to see your name on every video and look at you like, well, I'm sick of seeing his guy. You know, I'm sick of seeing this guy. He does this every video. Because more than just me read through the comments, and they see you and they recognize you, and it's like, man. And like I said before, like I want to break into the Let's Play community. Everybody already has their favorites. The lines have been picked, and I'm in the same boat as the guy wanting to break into this Call of Duty community. You know, it's hard, but you gotta take it smartly. You can't just, you know, kind of spam your way into something, and you can't really buy your way into something either. I mean, out of all the Call of Duty commentators I can think of, I can say only 2 that paid anything became somewhat successful that I can think of off the top of my head. Like I said, no names are being dropped. Only 2 have done it, and like there's probably been countless other people that's appeared on other people's channels that paid cash money to be there. And you know, I quit doing this way back in Modern Warfare 2 days. The reason I quit doing it myself was because I realized that I wasn't giving them enough bang for their buck. And me, I'm one of these guys that I can't sell something unless I'm 100% you know, happy with the product I'm selling. That's one reason why I kind of quit flipping cars, because I'd end up putting more money into the car than, you know, I could actually get out the car on the Blue Book value. Like the very last car I sold was a Chrysler, God, what was that thing called? Chrysler Cirrus. It was a 99 Chrysler Cirrus, and I ended up, you know, changing 4 window motors on it. I ended up fixing the sunroof, ended up fixing the windshield wiper, ended up buying it a new tire, ended up changing the fuel pump. And you know, I almost got to the point where I was about to fix the air conditioning in it. I mean, and then I ended up selling the car for $1,000, where I ended up having $1,300 into the car. So basically, I just wasted $300 on a hobby. And that's just the way I am. Like, I hate selling somebody something that I myself would not be happy with. I understand the means of everything, but it's just not me as a person. Basically, what I'm trying to say is this: is you need to just pay your dues. If you put up 2 videos or 3 videos and I click on your channel after you spam me with a comment and I see that you've put up 3 videos and you have, I don't know, 58 and 3, kill confirmed game, which you're happy about and proud about, which is understandable. And then you've got like 3 videos total on your channel and you'd be like, oh man, I've worked hard. No, you haven't worked hard. I mean, there's people out there that has 200. There's people out there that has over 1,000 videos put out with only 100 subscribers. I've seen them. And they've put in their time, they put in their dues, and then those people, they probably need to be, they either make a subpar product or they haven't hit the mass market and they don't know how to market yourself successfully. Marketing yourself successfully is catching trends, is knowing tags. There is a whole system to running YouTube. If you don't believe me, look at some of the huge Call of Duty commentators. I'm not a huge Call of Duty commentator. I'm actually the middle of the road Call of Duty commentator. I average around 40,000 views a video, just like a bunch of other people. And then there's other guys that average 100,000, 400,000 views a video. Those guys understand the system. They understand the homepage. They understand how it works. They figure things out before other people, and they take it just like a job, just as that. Even though I take this like a job, I don't get that serious into it. And generally, those tips are usually trickled down to me. That gives me like an edge to maintain. But what I'm really trying to say is, to me personally, the last person that was really super successful and kind of reevaluated himself, actually, well, the last 2 people that really came from nowhere was the Syndicate Project and Xbox Ahoy. And Xbox Ahoy still is doing his growing, is doing his growth stage, and he's actually probably venturing out to other environments that his skill slot allows him to do. But let's look at what they have actually done to actually create a successful YouTube channel. Xbox Ahoy brings a beautiful voice and perfect narration with timeless, well, a lot of time goes into investing. He actually writes scripts for his videos. A 3-minute video for Xbox Ahoy might take 2 or 3 days of actual planning and work for it actually to come out. And this level of quality is what got him noticed. And the fact is, he did something he noticed a lot of people enjoyed, and through that he became successful. If you can impress somebody, you become successful. What Xbox Ahoy did is a lot of commentators just started jumping on it. It's like started tweeting his videos out like, look, this video is really good. And and through that he gained success. And you're like, how can people find it if you don't send it to them? Well, we do look at videos from time to time, and spamming us with videos is all great and grand. What I'm trying to basically accomplish in this long-winded rant is basically, if you want to start a YouTube channel up, you got to be unique. The Syndicate Project was a zombie master. That's what he did. He basically was the end-all be-all for zombie players, and he destroyed pretty much most conceptions of zombie weapons and tactics. And he basically created methods on how to defeat zombies, and through this he got super popular. And Xbox Ahoy did the same thing, but he did it through vigorous planning. There really hasn't been a standout guy based on gameplay for a long time. Matter of fact, the only guy I can think of right now that's a standout based on gameplay is Sandy Ravage. Who is another guy that you see on gameplay that kind of just that has a big blowaway channel? There really isn't none, because being good at the game is one thing, but a lot of people want to be entertained. The end basis of YouTube is entertainment, and this is something that I've been struggling a lot with recently, is staying entertaining. My channel was founded and became popular mainly based off of my ability to understand and read enemies, and it was based off of gameplay. But I was lucky enough to kind of pop before having just good gameplay wasn't enough. And what I did to pop above other commentators, when I had good gameplay, I put out videos regularly, which was something people didn't do back in the day. And on top of that, I had HD before everybody else, so people would watch my stuff in HD over somebody else's stuff that didn't have HD. And I put out 2 or 3 videos a day in HD, and people liked that, and I actually came to following that way, and they started liking me as a person. It kind of molded me into the person I am today. And one of the things I think about nowadays is like, do people really want to hear me talk over Call of Duty yet again? Like, I've been doing this for 20 minutes now. How many people are actually still here listening to me talk for 20 minutes? And I'm wondering, like, where do I go from here? And what brought all this conversation along was recently YouTube, took all the dead subscribers off, which I lost like 15,000, which I was actually surprised that I had almost 300,000 active subscribers. And it makes me wonder, like, what would take all 300,000 to actually come see my video over somebody else's video? Is it just exposure? Or where's the want at? Where's the need? What is something I can do that has, investment, but at the same time has return? It's just questions that you got to answer yourself. But hopefully this video, which pretty much says nothing and proves nothing, was enjoyable for you. If it is, can you please leave a like? It's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm Outie 5000. Peace, pimps. Oh, by the way, if you notice throughout the video, the quality of the video actually decreases because I went forward, backward to the timeline of my color.